Do that.
All right, well, I'll call meeting to order, going to, we don't have any of our old minutes, do we?
I have the minutes from May 13th.
I think that's the last time, to tell you the truth.
I didn't make copies of them, but
That's okay.
basically, you want me to go through them real
Sure.
quick? Bill called the meeting to order. Jeff was not here and Laura was not here. But Jessica, Bill, and Emily were. Also present was Kathy Kirkpatrick, Rochelle Siniff, and Chris Wisher. Bill motioned to approve last minutes, and Emily said, can we all agree? Unfinished business, the 10,000 we donated to the pickleball project will be going directly to the construction of the pickleball court. We discussed how our money from the grant will be paid out, and believe that it'll probably have to go directly to the contractors doing the work. Going forward, Chris will be working on agreement for our grants. Jessica will send the board the application samples she has received. Bill will create an application. New business. The Trotter House wants to come to a meeting when we are talking applications for the grant. They're looking to get help with the cost of reno to their building. No public discussion. The next meeting was stated as June 18th at 5. That meeting,
We kind of I think we postponed
we
it,
postponed that meeting.
and then we had a meeting on the 18th,
We had July 16th.
and we didn't
We-
get much attendance.
It wasn't really a meeting. So then we called this meeting, which I don't have in the minutes because that was done on July 16th and we didn't really have a meeting. And then we said our next meetings after today will be September 17th, November 19th, and January 15th. Bill made a motion to adjourn, Emily second, all.
November 19th. And what was the other one?
So it was September 17th, November 19th, January 15th, all at 5:30.
Those are the ones we got on for the open door, for the open door grants. I mean, we can schedule other stuff. We
Yeah.
have to, but that's what we have on the book right now. Trying to be transparent. As well.
Rochelle, you have these minutes, right?
I do, yes, thank you.
Can you email me a copy of them? Because I keep all the things.
Yep.
So I just, as we go down, the road, we'll say, we want to make a motion to accept the minutes.
Oh, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Okay, I got a motion.
I'll second.
Laura's got a second. All in favor? Okay. All opposed? All right, so,
I wasn't here.
new bit, okay, anything left over from last time? Anything left over? We got
I wasn't
about
here, so I
last time? I don't.
The Trotter House contacted me and they're going to Rio. They were having trouble getting the building ready and I think they had there was a lot of mold in the basement. So I said that was unfortunate because we have put a lot of work into it. She emailed back, said that she was sorry. She appreciated everything, we were going to get done. I wished her the best. And I hope it's a huge success. She didn't say where.
They're at the building with, it's. What's their last, huh? No, what's their last name?
The Air Force One.
Building. Foreman's.
Yeah.
Foreman's it used to be a grocery store a long
Yeah.
time ago. They redid that whole building
Yeah.
right there on the corner. That's where they got high school.
Oh, so that one when I turn the corner?
Yep.
That's good.
The one they just redid and looks really nice.
I was hoping it'd be in Rockport because they're, with all the that we get from the now and stuff, they would have been able to walk there. If they didn't have transportation,
Any chance they might expand?
but, probably not in Spencer County. They usually just have one location in each county.
Okay.
Is that all on that?
Yeah.
So I guess then we're, if anybody got anything else, we'll move on to go through what Chris has done.
Is this all considered old business right now?
Yes.
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 What about what you're about?
Still.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the new.
Says program development.
Go ahead, Chris, you take over.
Explain.
Yeah.
So what, and I appreciate y'all's patience. I've got, what I emailed out. I've got the ordinance, two ordinances and a resolution that I think are in pretty good shape. I've highlighted some things that I think, need to be filled in dollar amounts. And make sure you guys, for example, what we want to make, because I was on, I think I took it from, I think the sheet I had on for redevelopment grant program.
Yeah.
If that's fine, that's how we'll leave it, but,
That was me giving the name, just
Yeah,
give
right.
something the
so I've
name,
got the
okay?
placeholder and maybe I'll just change that.
It's gonna call it Fred.
But what this is the legal part of
Yeah,
establishing a mechanism where we can, that the city can do this program. And so the first ordinance is an ordinance that the common council would put on first to establish the program and create the revolving fund for the money. Which will be the way we need to do it. Put into the fund, and then we'll be given out. Technically going to be for everything on, but they'll be so those get paid out of that fund, and then the TIF money will be used to reimburse the city for the added money. So it's kind of the way statutorily it's established.
So the city will have to pay the grant. The tip will refund the city. That what I hear you
Right.
say.
So ultimately, the TIF money will pay the grant. The city will seed the fund with edit money. So edit around much put in the fund to start. Round numbers, 50,000.
And what is edit money?
It's economic development, the tax money.
Okay.
You always call it seeded.
you see the
County,
yeah.
It's just edit. In 2 years from now.
Something different.
So in order to keep all those funds straight, should we put the amount that they have in the redevelopment? That make it,
We will create a new fund called the Rockport revolving fund. So you'll basically appropriate and transfer $50,000 from your edit fund to your revolving loan fund. That's where the grants will be paid out of.
okay,
So and then the TIF money will be used to disperse. And so whether you want to set up a fund under the redevelopment kind of,
Yeah,
I don't think you need to.
So I'm guessing when the grants are decided on, then I will take and transfer that money from edit into that revolving fund, right?
Yeah,
So
unless
you
you
know how
want-
much we're gonna expend.
Unless you wanted to see it with put some amount of money in it, start
Okay.
at $50,000. That's your
Right.
pool of money that you have to give grants up to, like a cap. We could set that in there.
Okay,
And then as you dole it out, we replenish it with that
so really,
and transfer over so that you always have money in that. That's what the revolving thing is. I mean, if it was truly a revolving loan program, you give loans, people would pay them back and it goes.
Yeah.
Into
To
that.
that
We're not doing that. So I don't want to make it more complicated than it needs to be, and we can work through when the transfers happen. Maybe there'll be a resolution, when you approve a grant, private resolution to this board that approves the grant. You just basically establishes it, and the city council is saying, even though we're gonna use that money, we're putting you in charge of it. And then it doesn't really mention TIF, just do that on the back end. But this gets it started. The second ordinance is appropriating the funds. So it's basically creating the city of Rockport revolving fund, and then we can name that anything, redevelopment. Revolving fund. That creates the fund and appropriates, some amount of money into that fund. And then the resolution will be adopted by the redevelopment commission, accepting responsibility for the program, administering it. This is where we'll have you all approve your guidelines and the application and loan agreement, at least the base agreement, or grant agreement. In that, so these are pretty close. There's some things I highlighted that when we kind of finalize some details, I want to tweak before it goes. But I think we could have this start with this one at the next council meeting and then circle back in your next redevelopment meeting and hopefully be in a position to finalize everything. So that's what I spent most of my time putting together, making sure that we have all that right. I got a grant. Started, although I will say it's a little rough. I think I want to go to the program and down some things for my benefit, and then I can make some changes. And there's some things I can. But and then I would think you've got an application started and maybe some guidelines. So I kind of started. I can work on things about it. I don't know how much you guys are going to work on those. The legal side of it, I think we're pretty close. But I think the goal would be the next redevelopment commission would be
To have the basically what you're saying is basically have resolving stuff. This right here figured out.
Yeah.
Which I'm not so sure that I don't know what you put in there. I mean, I don't know what you want to ask for. To me, it could be as little as $1, or as much as whatever you wanted. I don't know.
if we could do it the way I kind of thought maybe you had a set amount you were thinking of the tip money that you wanted.
Well,
We're
we gotta be-
thinking about it.
once you do like
10,000.
$10,000 and
Max.
take it
What
out,
do you think
and then
grant
we got
would
to pay for that for our pickleball anyway.
What do you think your grants? What are you thinking in terms of? What I had just percentages. What are you thinking in terms of?
Well, we said up to $10,000.
Yeah, probably did something
Yeah,
like
so
that.
our part's $10,000 regardless of the percentage.
Yeah, so
Okay, now the percentage is going to be based upon the merit of the project.
So then,
Still, we're
up
still
to
paying.
10. So if maybe multiple grants.
we added 10,000 for project.
But-
Yeah.
But our way to fund that account would be just a journal transfer, would it not be?
Yeah, it's just internal transfer of funds from one account to the other. It's all good. I think it would be if you put. We had like 50 in. It's kind of a placeholder.
There you go, put 50 in it. I mean, you get it back. It's not like it's going.
Because you're gonna, but that's
What's our?
individually up to 10,000. So I mean, you could go to 50.
I think.
Yeah, quick, we can go to 50 quickly.
And then you just replenish it as you go to the top. 50 seems like a good round number, unless you want to make 100. I don't know
Yeah.
how much money you got.
She needs to look, I think.
We don't have that
So
much money. We're not.
can
I
one
think we
person
have,
ask more than once? So let's say that they divide the project into like 3 different stages. You know, like they're gonna do the outside of the building. Can they come and ask for 10,000 if they put 10,000? And then they start doing the floor inside. Can they come and ask for another 10,000?
I thought we had like $50,000. After we gave pickleball 60 or 10,000.
So
Yes.
I think that could happen that way,
Mm-hmm.
but as a, I think you'd have to go back to the well each time.
Yes,
If you
for
get
sure.
approved.
But you would
I
have.
mean, depends on what,
It says you can only ask one.
Right.
And
Let's say Amanda wants to do the outside. And so she just concentrated on that. And then she waited a year, you know, to build up her money too. And she came back and said that the floor needed to be replaced. And so, you know, she applied again.
Maybe we have a cap on the amount of times they can ask in a year. Maybe something like that, like
Okay.
no more than twice in a year or something. I'm just throwing ideas out.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Because I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to say, no, you can never ask again.
Yeah.
But she
Right.
said, I
Absolutely.
have multiple things.
Right.
But then also I want to be able to spread it out across
Right.
people.
And the buildings are old, so they're gonna
Right,
need.
we're gonna need things.
How many people do you say right now do you think would take advantage of this the first round?
I think, I don't know. There could probably be 5.
what's that?
I said, how many people do you think would take advantage first round? And it, because that would tell us how many times they can do it this first time.
I'm telling you, as soon as you throw out there free money, put the money on it, you're gonna have people come out of woodwork asking for.
Well, then maybe
Well-
until we can get more money, right now, it's just one time.
Once a year until we know.
Until we,
Yes, right.
yes.
And then have we also already talked through, well, we have to find it. So
Well,
say whatever our
we're-
amount is, but tell us how much
So
we could potentially.
we
do.
said up
Yeah.
to $10,000. What was the percentage of their project? So they have
So-
$100,000 project.
What we put on the percentages.
I don't remember what that was.
Yes, it was.
That's what we did, percents, or that's what we talked about.
I mean, that wasn't set in stone, but it was.
Right,
yeah.
But it's what we talked about.
We talked about it.
So it's 50, 33, 25?
Up to 10 max though.
Up to 10 max.
Right.
So if somebody's got $100,000 project.
It's still
We're still only gonna give them
$10,000.
10.
Still
Yeah.
No, we changed it to all 25%.
I thought there was something after
This
this
is
that was kind of
this is
funny.
my old for-
Yeah, we changed it to all 25%.
Make a note of that.
Because that's gonna make a huge difference too for the amount of people that come, because if they're gonna come and get $500, I mean, sure, they might go through all this, but they might not at the same
Right.
time. They're gonna have to have a pretty good project to hit a $10,000.
But it says we were gonna talk as a team about it, but we
Yeah.
did talk about, I have it all marked
I don't care.
to 25, 25, and 25.
Okay.
I make a motion, we make it 25.
And there was a reason that made sense. I don't remember I don't have the note on why that made sense, but there was a reason that made more sense than the 50, 33, and the 25.
Well, I think the thought was, I just remember my thought was, who's gonna decide where that falls?
Exact, that, and I think
Who's-
Amanda
yeah.
made them, I could be wrong about Amanda, she's always here as a business owner. It doesn't really matter what they're doing, we're gonna stop at
Well, I mean,
$10,000.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
because I mean, $10,000 at 25%, it's only gonna get you a $40,000 project.
Mhm.
And you're maxed out to what you can do.
And
So-
these
so that's
projects
why
are
we,
gonna be
that's
more,
why we.
yeah.
They're gonna be,
25.
yeah.
So even if it's under $40,000, we'll give you less, whatever.
So,
Well, and if we try 25% for a year, and if people
And
aren't
we'll
jumping
just-
on it, or if
and
it's the
we can
opposite,
it's,
You can change the guideline. You can change it anytime.
Anytime, yeah. Yeah, you
I think that's a good, reasonable place to start.
so. do
But
you
I
feel
think
like-
we
oh,
want
go
to
ahead.
be, we don't want to be just jump cuts, like say, okay, we gave this person this much,
Mhm.
25%. I don't think we want to change it multiple times.
No,
Too
no, no,
often,
no,
you know.
no,
I
yeah,
would
we
say
gotta
let's-
wait and see.
Revisit it every year.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's fair.
So initially just go for 25%.
Cause I think
Yeah,
if
that-
somebody has a $40,000 project, to give them, I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of change, and to give them 10,000 towards that is a very I would think.
Yeah, I would think so.
That's a very tempting,
Yeah.
worth it to
Yeah, I
them
mean, it's supposed to be
to.
the incentive.
And the whole idea is to give some people some incentive to start getting some things
Yeah.
fixed.
Yeah, absolutely. So it needs to be attractive.
There is 145,000.
Yeah, that's just-
Well,
You're getting up there.
$145, $102.02.
Like a year.
So it has gone up this year. The disbursement,
Yeah, it should have.
Taxes have gone up
I was
this
gonna
year.
we got your first disbursement and it was $76,409.
So you get that twice a year.
So typically I'm thinking about that much, if not less than that per year prior to 2025.
It was.
So in our account, currently, we have 145, 102.
Yes.
Oh,
And
we only have that 70.
I thought we did, well, we did.
You did.
Yeah.
That's 70, that's down.
So that being said-
So with that being said,
Okay.
should we say 2 times in a year,
Like a person could apply twice.
twice a year?
Make sure I know. So your 70 was half the year. You think we get another one?
Yeah, we'll get another one. No, so-
Should get in the fall.
Will it be less because of December?
So typically the December settlement is less than what the June settlement is, but yes, it's a June and December settlement.
Depending on who
Ideally,
paid their-
sure.
Well, yeah, but it's still,
And there may be other things you may decide to spend tip money on. You want to fix, this program wants to be sustainable, so you
Absolutely.
Right.
keep an eye on how much you're bringing in.
Well, if we get 5 applicants and those 5 applicants do it twice, that's 100,000 and we still have 45,000 in the account.
but one thing else to you, just about that same thing. You say that's twice a year, but then that's if you have other people maybe asking for that other money that you don't.
That's true too.
So I mean, there's other people that could be standing in
So
line.
I'd say go back.
I like 1 year.
Okay,
Two people
I
twice a
think-
year, you give it to 10 people once a year.
Yeah.
And what if you decided on minimum balance that you wanted to keep? You know, so that you knew that you couldn't award any more that year.
No, that'd be a good idea. That'd be a good.
yeah.
Is this money gaining any kind of interest? Are we allowed to do anything with it to gain interest?
Well,
I don't know how that works.
I don't think so.
So it just has to live.
I mean, I honestly feel like. And if you guys wanted to buy a CD or something, or part of it, you might be able to do that.
I
Just
think,
thinking, like, if we were to leave like a minimum, like it should be gaining interest if we could.
Or could it be in its own?
Right.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So the way it's set up right now is it's,
We really need to check it.
it's just not-
Funds like added people, just not like other money you have to.
well, surely you do.
So all of this is in the same bank, which does draw interest, but it just
It goes
goes
down.
into a, just.
Attorneys.
You think this could sit in my bank account? It might not sit long, but I mean,
But if we don't have a lot of people responding and we have, say, 50,000 or even 45,000 in our account, you could get 100,000 CD while we're waiting, and you can get 3-month CDs.
Yeah.
So every 3 months, we
Yeah.
can make a, we've got somebody it's like, okay, well, in October, the CD is gonna come due, we'll be ready for you.
Yeah.
Well, we're not breaking.
I absolutely do not mind to check on it. I just know that TIF money is very particular what you can and can't do with it, so I can't promise you that you'll
Right.
be able to.
it's worth checking that on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what if we said that we kept $50,000 if we can play with it like that, to play with, meaning throw into CDs and see where we go,
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just gonna gain us more funds.
What if you, on the grant side, we have this revolving 50 in. 100, 50 in. That's kind of like the seed money, see where that goes. I mean, if we use it, you can always reseed it, right? But we can say, okay, we're gonna start with this. See how many applicants you get, see what you get going. And then we leave that. You can reseed it. To keep it kind of structured a little bit, so that we kind of have a ballpark of that.
cause it's literally, like you said, I heard you say, it's literally going from this account to this account, right? It's not like it's gonna take forever to get this money moved, yeah.
Well, it would take a meeting, right?
Wait,
Account meeting.
Yeah, but I'm talking like,
Each time we'll probably do a resolution. When you guys approve grants, we'll probably do a resolution, grants approved. So
And then you
then
transfer.
that could be.
Yeah,
Just
transfer
pay
the
out of
funds.
the revolving fund and then
That's your trick.
TIF money paid over to the city to replace it. Well, just kind of keep it replenished and go from there.
When our show game.
And first always have to be done in resolution. They may be advertised too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this
what-
one, I had a question for you on that, on
Yeah, I said, transfers always have to be done in a resolution approved by the council, and they may have to be advertised as well.
I don't guess there could be a blanket resolution that
And
says.
then-
this
and that's
is how
why
it's
I
not
think,
gonna happen.
that's why I think we can. If we set 50 aside in the revolving fund or some amount aside, then that's one appropriation, because you haven't appropriated any money for this program. And so if you're gonna budget 50 for the program out of edit, you're gonna have to do an appropriation, it's gonna have to be out of the budget. So we do that once, that gets the 50 over.
Yes.
You use that and then you burst and replenish, right? See what I mean?
How does that affect the edit fund though? Is there plenty there that if we took
I
50
think
out,
there is.
that it wouldn't affect the edit fund?
50 will be fine, yes.
Okay, good.
So something to think about this, the way this is written is they don't get until the work is done.
Yeah, it's a
So
question.
just think about the fact that, some of this work can take 6 months, just depending on the project, so we don't necessarily know that we need
dispersing 50.
So to keep everything kind of in our heads, we first need to make a motion on the 25%. Right? Don't you think? And then we need to
I'm fine with that.
all right, so I just want to decide on things before we forget about
Jump to
what we need
something
to
else,
decide
yeah.
on.
Agreed.
Okay, then I think we also
Do we have
decided
a second on the?
$50,000.
Are you making a
Hold on,
motion
do we
for
have a
the 20,
second on the 25,000?
Second.
25%.
You motioned it,
25%.
25%.
up to 10,000?
Oh,
Right.
I'll get to the 10,000.
You're gonna do that separate? Okay,
I need a second on the motion for 25%,
I'll second.
and I need a vote.
All in favor of 25%?
Now,
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
10, up to 10,000, we need a motion on the,
I'll make a motion.
And I'll second.
All in favor? Okay. Then I make a motion that we put our revolving fund at $50,000 for initial investment. For our initial grants, we're gonna publicize. So we don't
I
have to
think
wait.
it's good to set, I think if you advertise, set aside a certain amount.
Yeah.
For grants and not just have it be some amorphous, then they know there's a set amount.
Absolutely.
Kind of makes people more likely to apply for it because it's real and not just.
It's there. Yeah.
Right.
And also to you, it gives you the ability that you will probably have people come back a second time because they're probably gonna be that way.
and I need.
Oh.
50,000,
Oh,
50,000 for revolving.
and we need a vote.
All in favor, 50,000 on the initial investment on the revolving.
And then we need a motion on how many times a year? Can somebody apply?
I'll make a motion. We initially put it down for one time a year initially.
Should we do, I just have a question on that. Should we do apply one time a year or receive funds one time a year? Because that could,
Receive funds?
Receive.
okay,
Let's say receive funds.
because like we said, if the project takes 6 months, then
Second one.
do I want-
I'll say.
Well,
All those in favor of that one?
I had one more in my head.
I don't know.
Not too much.
Thing. Is that how you want it to be reimbursable?
When
And do they get the money? They get at the completion of the project and they get the money. So they front the full amount and get
Yeah,
10,000.
We reimburse.
Or you front them in the front end or at some point, and then they'd have to pay it back if they don't complete the project, but then
you're
you're
doing
chasing
this,
something.
yeah. I said,
You know, it's easier. And you can always, you find that that's logistically a problem for people, you can always adjust those rules a little bit, you know.
Mhm.
Those, I see that in most, I mean, I have a stack and should guidelines that's printed. Killing paper left and right over there. I'm in my office. I'm Googling, oh, that's a good one. I'm thinking, oh, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
wait till you start with AI next. I mean, it's just as bad and not worse.
so I make a motion to reimburse upon completion.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Look at you guys making.
I still have another. Mom,
So that's when the funds will go to the person, like the contractor, or
you have
the,
to pay the contract.
you have to
right?
pay the contractor directly. Is that correct?
You pay-
You can pay
you
that.
Reimburse.
You
them.
You
They're
re-
paying the contractor and you're paying,
Okay,
they'll show that they paid.
Okay.
Or they show that if the project's done and they owe it, whatever, you
Mhm.
write it however, but I think you can, that's the way we're setting it up, you can pay them
but they have to have proof.
as a reimbursement. And then.
Yeah,
You'll have to
and
provide
also
some evidence, which we'll have in the guidance. So
So what if they borrowed money?
we do it.
Well, they still would have to have a receipt where they paid the construction
Or where they borrowed.
or whoever. they-
Yeah. So,
They have
so
construction.
Yeah.
Still.
they could pay towards it or.
one thing we need to be also clear on the contract. we're not liable for any liens on any property, of anything, of any site. So somebody get a lien and
And I think
we're the ones that paying them.
Yeah,
Make sure we got that covered.
I've got some language in there about not liable for that kind of thing.
Okay, good.
Wage and hour kind of, construction wage kind of things. We're not the contractors, we're just paying.
That's what it is. We need to decide on how much we're leaving in our account at all times,
Oh, for the,
Minimum amount.
a minimum amount in our account. With looking at this number, 145, 102, I would think, keeping it all the same, another $50,000 minimum in our account right now.
Well, and maybe we also wait until we have the answer to her question. We can,
Well, we still have to keep a
That's it.
minimum in our account.
would that be what we're
Oh.
going to be invested?
Probably.
I
Yeah.
would say yes.
So, yeah.
So we don't know that answer. We'll refer that to next month then.
Yeah.
If you're allowed, you could even get a CD for 100,000 for 3 months. I
Exactly.
believe that would be,
At the end of 3 months, you collect your interest and
the
then,
money's already gonna be in there.
exactly.
The city's gonna cover it.
And then the other thing I was just thinking of, do we need to make a decision on, like, okay, today is August the 20th. So whatever we set today stays the same for 1 year, and then we revisit our
I think,
rules for a year.
I don't know, sure you have to worry about that.
Do we not need to worry about that?
I think we're gonna have so many things that we're gonna have to bob and weave between now and then right now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we don't know what we're gonna get. I mean, I wish I had the answer for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think this whole first year is gonna teach a lot.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I was just saying, because we talked about not changing it for the initial like,
Right.
we're with first, second, third, so do we have to have a decision on, let's leave it the same for now?
No, you could think that you don't want to change it willy-nilly, but if there was something clear that you said, you know, we should have done it this way, we're just not getting applicants, you know why, and or maybe,
So they'll put it right.
yeah, I think,
Okay.
I just think, you know, you don't want to give.
Because what if we wanna
Say,
go
"Oh, let's change
Yeah.
it.
There was a
It looks like you changed it for somebody who's paying 20,000.
That's what I don't want to get
Yeah.
into. Then
I
we'll
don't, yeah,
get,
no, we don't want to change the number.
yeah,
Yeah.
Keep that
Right.
number the same. It's
But if
whether
it's
you,
a
it's whether you
simple
get the up or down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Or
all
you
good
see
with that.
something. you
I
feel
just wanted to
willing
make sure that it needed to be, so, okay.
Does this have in here, like what we're held to as far as like advertising program or deadlines for how long things are open or any, is that like in here in stone anywhere, or is that kind of open to our interpretation?
I don't think we made
Oh.
anything was not.
yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that. I mean, there's some, I think the guidelines I've seen there maybe.
There's some,
That's where I think,
yeah, there's some language in the guidelines about that timeframe, but the person asking or doing the projects was supposed to provide us with the timeline. And we're the, you know, you're gonna approve it, either approve the project or not. I mean, you're gonna have to.
But I know what you're at, like any grants that I've done, they're only open from here to here, you know? But I'm also doing school grants and that school year and this and that, so.
most of them I've seen have some time frame of the expectation is that you're gonna complete the project within a year. And then with an option, asking for more time. And then I have, it's actually in the agreement. I was looking at provision that after the project, you're not going to alter or change or for
Yeah,
a period of time.
section 6.
And I don't know if that's important or not, so that puts on some new, you know, if the money into it, whether they keep it the way it is or not. but that was in
Well, I
some
mean, I
of the
think they
agreement.
have to before the historic.
And I have some language in the agreement about that they've got, want to make sure that they've got all the permits, get all the permits. I didn't put HPC in there, so I didn't know anything about that.
I mean, Texas says there's guidelines too, so you can, you know, both of them.
It would be nice if we gave them a set of rules and expectations on a paper that, you know, so that they know to go get a permit, so that they know that.
Yeah, but That ain't us. I can tell you that.
There's some good guidelines that I've seen, have some pretty good effect, and I kind of meant to put some together, but.
Yeah.
I didn't get to. I got
So in section 2, it says not to exceed that 12 months. So we're expecting work to be done within that 12 months.
Right.
Mhm. I think that's good.
And if somebody came to you and said, here's my project, for whatever reason, because of these timing issues. You could always approve it, and you can alter that and that. Basically, would be,
I think that's a fair,
you don't want something to linger out. there,
Right.
Yeah, 2 years later, somebody says, oh, you all said you're gonna give me money.
Yeah.
And then,
well, you said you were gonna get your stuff.
yeah. And I don't know,
When you deal with contractors and buying things, I mean, I've ordered
Oh.
like a special door and it come in, it was the wrong one, had to be reordered. It came in, it still didn't come in right. And, it can drag out 2 or 3 months easy.
mhm.
So that would be a special case amendment.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Well, I mean, we
Contractors are
got,
busy. They may not even be able to get to you for
Yeah.
6 months.
you're gonna
Yeah.
have the ability to do the special cases throughout the whole
Mhm.
process,
Right.
regardless what it is. That's what I'm saying. That's why getting down in some of the detail right now, I don't know. We know what detail we can get.
Yeah. Who follows up just to make sure the project was done? I mean,
That was a question I had too.
yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
who's gonna
a
say
lot of,
that's complete? We're satisfied it's complete. It's,
Well-
do we say it's complete or do they say, no, it's complete?
Or do we require
Yeah.
something? My thought is, do we require something from the person doing the work saying,
well, it's up.
The
to-
business, the
well, it's
contractor,
up to
whoever.
the board
Yeah.
to figure that out.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we
But
need
we
to have
have-
something.
Just upon final inspection and approval by the commission,
Yeah.
then we.
I know, but do we all go out on a Wednesday night and say, yeah, that looks good?
Looks great. Good job. Here's some money.
Yeah.
Well, see, then also, see, if they also I've read, they've also employed other people to do that type of inspection for you. Because,
Yeah, the building, whoever you're building.
Yeah.
You go out and take.
Oh, yeah, that-
And just
And then
report
they
to the
can just
commission,
tell
and
us.
the commission's satisfied that it's done. Right, that would be.
Yeah, that'd be
either
good.
that or you have
Building
your
inspector.
city manager, you could have your city manager,
Exactly.
Jerry. Good.
I know.
Yeah.
Next one, I'll
I
get
would
you.
take his
I
word.
mean, I think it could be him or Eric or,
Yeah.
someone who knows what they're talking about.
Right. And somebody we're not having to pay because they're already employed by, right? So that's important. Yeah.
And Eric's already gonna be working the buildings.
And then also to you, you could also transfer a little bit of money to pay that. Part of their wages.
And normally, the way that they're paid is through the building permits.
Yeah.
So, the city really doesn't pay them, the person who's getting pulling the permits are paying. So that's how they get. Which is kind of a good deal.
So do we need a motion on the 1-year deal?
Okay,
The work getting done.
well, it already says it.
It's
in there, in there.
Yeah.
The contract,
Section
leave it like
2.
that.
Right.
Leave it like.
Yeah.
I'm just-
Done.
I know.
John, brain, dead.
My next thing is,
School, staff meeting here. I gotta keep it all right. Straight in my head.
do we, since we're on the time frame thing, I think the period of 5 years following completion of the construction. Do we want to hold them to that? I mean, I feel like if they're doing work, like
Where are you?
6, I'm sorry, yes.
I wouldn't have
Mhm.
a strong feeling about. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know what we're expecting. I mean, we want the business, we want improvements. If they want to turn
Well,
around
the
and sell it,
babysitter.
no.
That's what I feel like this is.
Well, it's not getting so long.
Yeah.
It is, that's exactly what I'm
And
thinking.
things change. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put $100,000 into somebody's improvement,
That baby.
right? Where you make
Yeah.
an investment. These are small. So
Mhm.
I kind of highlighted that because I thought maybe they'll think. You care what happens after they're done. I mean,
It's an improvement, the way I look at it. If they want to turn around and sell it,
That's it.
I don't
And
think,
then maybe my-
So we're saying we don't need
No,
section 6
We
then?
may want that to be the case.
So we're marking out 6.
We're marking out
We can
6.
make-
do we need to,
Y'all need to make.
And the historic preservation committee is gonna make sure that they don't change the building too much anyway.
Well, and if they're spending this money, they're not gonna turn around and demolish it. You know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna tear it down. They're not gonna take their, you would think if they're spending the money, they're gonna keep up what they're trying to do.
Absolutely. Or sell it. Probably.
Either way.
Yeah, either way, I feel like it's an improvement one
And
way or
if
the other.
someone's spending the money to buy it, you would hope that they're,
Mhm.
they have money invested in it, then let's hope they keep it.
Okay, so we don't need a motion to remove, are we,
I don't
Well, we haven't adopted.
you don't think?
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay.
we have,
Still edit.
maybe. Not me, you know, I think, good say, I mean, they're gonna keep it up. They agree they'll keep it up for. Importance on that too. All right. I would like to just walk through the types of improvements that you guys, got a list in here. But just to make sure, we want to kind of in our final guidelines, have pretty clear. I think is that is what I'm seeing here, is that what you're thinking as far as what types of things that they types of improvements? Is there anything thought that you wouldn't be?
Well, I would say anything structural to keep
I
their
mean, that
structure.
list of conditions. The guidelines, that's pretty. Well, I try to follow the letter of the grant program and the TIF.
Yeah.
Which you can spend the TIF money on, which is
Oh, yeah.
everything that's. How you can spend it, so it comes up.
So what you've got on other eligible projects kind of falls in line with the statute. So when you, when it says development of public spaces and parks, I don't probably see too many people asking for a grant.
Well, I mean,
Approve the park.
but that, if you look at it, look at a lot of that stuff, he's getting this into this board.
Yeah.
If you look at the ordinance,
Oh, yeah,
that thing, that comes up in there.
right. Because you could decide
Yeah, we could decide that.
to build something in. a
That was our
park,
contribution
park.
to the pickleball.
Yes,
It
yeah.
was- it was because of
That was the
that.
park improvement.
But these facade grants are probably not. Somebody.
No, but we were putting the guidelines together
Yeah.
to
I
catch all.
I just make.
You're just devil's advocate, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand, I get it.
Almost. I've hired a little group of people. And it's one little girl, she's come every day this week. She's amazing. I want to keep her forever.
Where are you going?
Just Rita.
Mm.
She's supposed to close next week.
No, you won't be on my rally.
I do like waving at you. but-
Okay, so what do we need to do?
Did you go to the next page and finish looking at the sections, or we did everything else?
So I think that we're up to that.
On ordinance, the ordinance for the establishing the ranks. Section 4, include. This is acquisition and the acquisition of property interest. Is that something you want to? put in?
I kind of like what you were just talking about. I think that those are eligible under certain revolving fund type of thing. That's why I have those under that. Because I didn't know that you guys wanted to get in. You just want to, you don't want
We've talked about that before,
Right.
but
To see what we could actually buy a piece of property for somebody to develop. Okay, we could do that as a redevelopment, but you'd have to get, it's a to-do. We went through a property deal. It's kind of similar, but you can do, I mean, we can, I mean, that part of you can have that part of bargaining chip, when you guys come up with all these incentives and things like that.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
But on the revolving fund on this grant program, you probably don't want,
Yeah, probably that.
probably don't need that in
Probably
there
don't need that in there now
for this.
for the, let's just get rid of that.
Yeah.
Let's just get rid of that.
So it would be the improvements.
Yeah.
Side improvement, infrastructure, buildings.
Yeah.
And then the same thing is found on page 81.
Okay.
Yeah. What about machinery and equipment? These are improvements to the building, right? Not necessarily
Get rid of that.
that stuff. Professional, personal property.
Well, do we only want physical improvements, or do we want to entice people to try to come to town? Say you had a brewery or something that wanted to come to town and they needed the two big vats. Would we be interested in generating that, or is that getting,
You had a business that wanted to come to town, treat that as a one-off.
Yeah.
As opposed to your current business. This is, you're saying, hey, if you'll improve your existing building, we'll throw in some money with you. It's kind of what you're trying to do here. You're trying to incent a business to come in, we can handle that as a one-off and come up with all kinds of things
okay?
to do that, tax abatement, money for the VATs and whatever it is, and I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion. 'Cause I think it's a good idea. When the hamstring yourself. Don't need this stuff. You guys don't need it's really the program.
Well, if we have it says we can loan money to basically to the city.
Yeah,
Would
that's,
that be like for the remodel of the city park building?
I think,
That,
it could be. So governmental entities could be anything. I think that there's special provisions if it's a governmental entity, so we want to make sure we're following that.
Yeah.
Let's say, I don't know if it is the case, let's say another, state entity or county entity or some other entity had a building in the city that they wanted to do this.
okay.
Township had an office.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff, and whether that exists or not, this just leaves that open.
Our biggest constraint, Jeff, is if it's got, everything's got to be within the TIF district.
Yeah.
Because that's it.
Yeah.
It's got to be within the development plan. Okay, if it's not in the TIF district, then it's got to be in something else.
And doesn't that include all the businesses? So basically,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We already hamstringed ourselves by not going all the way to the end of Main Street and
Right.
catching
I'm telling you.
Kelly Trucking, because look at what
I
we
know.
would have got there. That's a crying shame.
Anyway,
There may be some ways to do. If it's connected to the TIF district, even if it's outside of the district.
Yeah, I gotcha.
TIF district, sometimes you can do some things, but yeah, ideally it's inside. There's sometimes you can figure something out.
It was just not having enough forethought, when we first laid
Well,
it
I mean,
out.
that place has been sitting down there doing nothing for
Yeah.
Yeah, because
30 years.
Yeah,
now
we had
you've got
Exactly.
Rafa, you've got
Yeah.
that building right there, you've got Kelly.
Yeah, we would have, if
Both-
we
I
would have went
mean, the
all the way
funeral
down Main
home.
Street,
We
we'd have,
went down to like, funeral home. Did you go that far?
I'm showing it,
It's just.
turn it on Fifth.
Well,
Yeah.
you got either side of this street though, too.
yeah, would have picked up.
So that doesn't catch the barber shop either, then does it?
I'm not too sure that map's
It'd
not
be
that-
close.
that map's not that good. The one that
Throw it
actually.
on down here, catch Emily's
It
hat.
actually shows the actual parts. That's what you gotta have. Cause it shows actually the parcels that are in it.
Yeah.
Which is a lot. I mean, Beeler's in there. It's not showing up on that. And funeral homes in there. It's not showing up that whole medical complex next to the funeral home. That's into that.
It is in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, 'cause that doesn't show on the map, does it?
Mm-mm.
Not on that map, but it does. It
Put
shows
on
on
the
the
parcel
parcel.
map.
The actual parcel number, man.
Oh, I didn't.
And we need
That's the
to-
real map.
We need to.
Yeah, where's
That's
that?
The real
the
map.
real map.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Well, it's basically that same map, but
But different?
it's
The same
detail.
detail, there you go.
It should be somewhere. I know we had to submit all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I know it's in here somewhere.
Oh, yeah, Jeff's probably got
It's not,
it.
back in
This file cabinet over here.
2018.
I just, Dan was talking.
Yeah, it is. Jeff's got it right there, because I would have had it.
Here's, I got everything from the start in here somewhere.
So I remember seeing it, Kayla had it for the
Yeah.
lawyer had to come to it.
That's it right there, Jeff. So,
No,
Oh, that's that.
that's what Evan's got.
There's one with all the parcels on it somewhere though. Maybe it's in back in my back book. That's the employees. That was just when they were giving us the program.
And then.
I can look for it and I'll give you a
It's not
copy.
big deal.
It is a big deal.
Well, it is a big deal, yes. I mean, it is. It's a great deal.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That little-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but look, I kept this. Aren't you all proud? Like,
Okay, Chris, what do we need to do for you so we can get you
This
taken
was-
care of? Because we're not, because we're not going to really do anything else but whatever you're going to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, this is helpful. Did you guys look at this exhibit A?
Exhibit A, yeah.
On the ordinance, because that's just the description.
Yeah, see, we had,
I stole it from some other places, modified it to suit what I knew, but, you know, this is, all this is in the initial ordinance creating the program, so it's just a basic description of the program. Just to establish it, and then it says, basically allows in the ordinance, it says the commission can modify. So this is just the basic, I didn't need to be too detailed.
I mean, as far as that goes, Chris, you could leave it in this document. Leave it in that. No, this document's not gonna go anywhere. This that just defines a revolving fund.
Yeah, and and your grant kind of gives I mean,
And grant.
just a, like, basic outline of the program. The details to be figured out by you. This is just the council saying, here's what we're for you to fill in the details and maybe make changes. So I think I just want to make sure it all sounds right. You gotta remember, I came in May, we had that meeting in May. And at that point, it's kind of like, I'm not sure how we're gonna. Well, so we had a little bit of time to figure it out and then put it all together and then missed the meeting. The last one.
Great.
So.
Yeah.
well,
We're getting
We're
close.
getting,
We're getting close.
Hey, I was happy to see it today or yesterday.
Yeah, I was, there were a few times I might have sent it a little rougher just to get it to you, because I know they're looking for something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get it. It's supposed to occur. So I think we're pretty close. I can work on it between, so I can get this ordinance. And I'll talk to Michelle about whether we need to advertise for the appropriation, and that might change scope if we don't both at the same time. But we'll get these ready for council. And then your next meeting. September.
So we don't have to approve anything on today. We've approved everything we need to talk about.
Detail wise, I can go back in and
Okay.
plug in.
If not, just go ahead and put the email out. I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't remember what we talked about, I mean, we could do stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So,
And I can, get some stuff, and I'll get it out early this time, so you guys can look at it, and that way maybe.
So what's next for us for our next meeting?
Hopefully to adopt a resolution and basic framework of the program and then basic application and agreement forms so that we can start next step of
Advertising.
advertising, getting applications.
I would ask though, I did make the application form, but it does, it's, if you want something to look like something professionally done, that's like published. You're looking at the wrong person to do that. I mean, I can get you the data lines, but that's what's on there. So if somebody wants to make that thing look like something that you can give and stuff, that looks like more professional. More power to you. I mean, I'm asking, doesn't have to be.
Have you got, what's it look like? Have you already
I
put
give it
it?
to you. Yeah.
Is it on the back of that other?
No, it's not, it's,
Is it an online form or something? Yeah. I mean, if it looks like you fill in the
yeah, you feel it, yeah.
box.
I sent it to you,
I printed it out. I'm telling you,
Okay.
we're not.
Maybe she could help us, because she did. all
So you
the-
said
the
next.
other ones. The marketing
Okay.
for the, yeah,
Application.
yeah, yeah, she doesn't do a newsletter. Okay.
yeah, okay, and I'll send it. You give me your email,
Basically,
or Michelle can.
They're full of that sort.
do you
Can
have
be, just make it look like,
Yeah,
make it look
like
like
a
it's
type one,
Oh,
like application?
Just pretty it up.
pretty.
Process.
Well, that's kind of what I was asking earlier when we went on to the finishing up in a year talk. I was talking more about, is there going to be an application?
We do deadline.
Or just let
We'll have
it
it
be
be
open?
rolling.
I feel like in this
Get an
instance,
application, you deal with it, someone else might submit one.
I think it's in this kind of situation, it's probably gonna have to be rolling.
what
Because
if someone new?
Yeah,
someone new or
I
someone's
was looking
like,
at,
oh, my aunt just died and left me X amount of dollars, I can finally do something, or, I feel like this is.
Or do we like revisit it quarterly, just or rolling, however? I'm just thinking if we,
I think when we advertise it, we need to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, we need to say, okay, here, this is out. Any applications will be reviewed at our November meeting, then our January meeting, not like, oh, we got an application, we gotta meet. Like,
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
it
know,
needs
I
to be
agree.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I was in, yeah.
so it can still be rolling, but they need to realize we're not at your beck and call, like, we got other things going on.
Well, typically, we met quarterly.
Correct.
Until we got into this.
Yeah.
Which I think we need to be more than quarterly while we're getting these in, but I think it's fair to say, like, okay, if we approve this, let's say it's all approved and goes out September 17th, then it'll be also advertised. These are the days that applications will be reviewed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, so if like somebody could get it all together by November, or if they say, oh, I know I can't really get all my things together until the January.
so I have this
Yeah,
January,
then
or
they might
this,
have their
yeah,
own deadline,
right.
I think that's.
Does that work?
yeah, you may want to have a deadline for each meeting, like you do. I think probably.
Like a day.
You guys wanna look at it?
Like zoning stuff, is that you don't want an application. If it's
Right.
gonna be.
Yeah, you wanted it reviewed at the next, submitted at one meeting,
Yeah.
reviewed at the next.
Mm-hmm. And that verbiage could
And
be in
decided
there.
at the next.
Yeah.
How about that?
Can you
So,
have that
yeah,
verbiage in
There
there?
gotta be some guide, one of just basic guidelines, so
And
you have kind of accept. She might put you all together.
That's what I
think.
think. Yeah, I mean, you
So,
change that for, I mean, that's,
The back on this part, that talks about the process, it does say there's a deadline and, there's kind of a more of a deadline. So that's why I was asking. I like the rolling idea myself. And yeah, I've got some examples of good guidelines that I can I'll put something together. I'll send out
So-
to you that will kind of put these in a more of a guideline. These are the guidelines of the program. Maybe you have your meeting dates.
Didn't we say something? Aren't these meeting days like the third Wednesday or the second or something like that?
third Wednesday of the month.
So in the verbiage, it could say something like, meetings are as posted the third Wednesday of the month. We will, that gives them a deadline in their head. And when we get it, it will be reviewed at the meeting and, you know, and decision at the next, so they know, okay, they can make their deadlines in their head, knowing, okay, November, January, March, you know, every other month. This is what I've got to look forward to. This is what I've got to get done. This is, if I want it by X time, I need to make sure it's here by this time.
And all those dates are posted on the door, so they can.
So we only have through January. When do we need to do our next dates?
Their next, oh, January,
Yeah, let's hope we do them in January.
What are we doing in December?
or whenever.
We don't
Michelle-
do this.
Whenever Michelle beats on us and says.
need-
We don't have a meeting
we don't
in
need-
December.
We already have a January meeting set, right?
January 15th.
Okay, so we'll make. the
15th or
schedule
14th?
I'm 15th.
January should be the
That's on a
advertisement
Thursday.
as soon as the-
Oh,
As soon as you get that.
Yeah,
as
I
soon
said
as the
that.
meeting.
So I questioned it.
Okay, hold on, the 15th.
The 15th is a Thursday. The 14th is a Wednesday.
What's the November 19th?
It is a Wednesday.
So
So why did we pick?
September 17th is the third Wednesday. November 19th is the third Wednesday. January 14th
So that should be the 14th.
is the second.
Thursday.
21st.
The 15th is the third Thursday. January 21st would be the third Wednesday.
That's
Are you
why we
guys
did it.
required by law to meet for a certain time in January? One of the boards was.
We don't know.
yes,
Yes.
we're supposed to have it as soon as the possible
Right
after the first of the year.
Initial meeting.
Yes,
Which
I don't
could be
understand
the
that.
21st. I mean,
I mean, that could be,
I mean,
I hear we're supposed to be getting a lot of snow this winter, so I'm good with that.
That's
I mean, it's just make full face.
So should we
Good thing
change the
never to do
15th to the
Yeah.
21st to keep it on the third?
The third Wednesday, that's up to you all.
Let's make a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'll second
I
it.
don't really care. I mean,
Well, I think for the verbiage in this, it matters.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters to us, but to
Yes,
keep
sir.
the verbiage right in
right,
this.
that's fine. We'll make it the third Wednesday, so we have to make something different.
Yeah.
And you said that's the 21st?
Yes.
Right, 1, 2, 3, yeah,
Still you motion?
Motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
I'm just assuming all y'all are putting your hands up. I'm
Yeah.
not even
Yeah, yeah,
looking.
well,
We are, you want us
that
to
was-
rewind?
I'm just,
I'm always
that's
waving.
why, that's why earlier when
All
you're
those
like, I
people
can't, I'm like,
watching,
good thing you said that, cause I'm like
all those,
feverishly.
does that show how many people we got watching?
0.
0 and
works
0.
for me.
That's exactly how many people watch it.
You
Zero.
can go back and see the recording.
Well, that's fine.
Absolutely.
All the fans.
I'll have my mom. Mom, go watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a run watch it when I get home.
What's it on?
It looks like YouTube.
YouTube, that's
I because yeah.
Well, I used to watch the council meetings all the
I
time.
do that too.
you have such an exciting life.
Were they
I
interesting?
do. No, you really do. Actually, they're not bad.
Okay, so get this, on the text the other day.
Yeah.
The last text that was sent before he sent the one that reminded us of this meeting says, I'm on my way to Hawaii. And I go, Ashley, Julie, did you ever go to Hawaii again? And I looked at it, I was like, never mind. I'm just kidding. But I want you all to know that I was actually, you might have thought I was the last one here, but I was actually the first one here because I came last Wednesday and I filled in and no one was here. And I looked at my messages and said, oh, it's next Wednesday. So
We appreciate your.
all right, so what else?
So I have one more thing. So I've been worried about the blighted buildings and
Worried about what?
blighted buildings and how we determine that. You know, I think we should save every building we can unless it gets to an amount that, you know, just doesn't seem feasible. So I was talking to Mayor Courtney, he's the mayor of Madison. And Tana and I were thinking about taking a road trip and talking to the department that redid their whole downtown, how they decided what was blighted, what wasn't. Just where they got their grants, just ask all kinds of questions. So if you guys have any questions, you know, we would be happy to ask them. Plus, they have a QR walking program, which we were trying to do with the historic, with the youth council. and have a historic walking trail, and they already have that set up with QR codes. So we were also gonna do that. So if you guys have any questions, we'll probably be going, I don't know, maybe next month.
Yeah, I thought you said we were going on a road trip.
No, I was.
You said you were going. I'm like, thanks for the invite.
You guys are welcome.
I'm staying home for a while.
And, but I think it'll be informative anyways, just to see, because they've already been there, done it.
Where'd you say you're going, Madison?
Madison.
Madison,
Madison.
yeah. It's nice.
So they are the largest historic district in Indiana.
Where's that?
Madison, Indiana over there.
Yeah, it's that way.
It's
about- it's about-
where my fingers.
It's about halfway between Louisville and St. Louis, or
Yeah.
Cincinnati on the.
Indiana side.
Yeah, there's.
I was there for a
It's not,
baseball
there's no
tournament.
road.
If you ever have a chance, you wanna take a weekend, you should go there.
They used to have a really cool candy store. Like it was this mom and pop, because the one time I went years ago, I
Oh.
went and they made like these candy fish. They were hard candy.
I don't know.
I'll never forget.
I wanna go to the fudge store up in near Indy.
So we need something.
Have you heard about that fudge store?
No.
Well, it's not appropriate if we're still online. Y'all never heard of this fudge store?
No.
It's right outside of Indy. I think it's called like the Planet Uranus Fudge Store. Okay, but you need to look this up. I need you all, you need to look at their t-shirts. You need to look at the, it is
Clever.
extremely.
I'm really mad I was so close 2 weeks ago and I didn't go now.
Very comedic. Everyone needs to look this up. I need a shirt from there, but I can't wear it to school. And right now I'm only buying shirts I can wear to school. Which is not many. Fancy or stuff like this.
Okay. I make a motion, we adjourn. Well, somebody's got something else.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Wait, time out.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I do have a question. Kathy, how is it going finding us another board?
Oh,
member?
yes.
yeah.
That was another question.
No, didn't you read my subliminal message?
Yeah, I saw it.
I'm gonna,
You're gonna do that.
I need to know what they have to be. I tried to look
Hey,
it up in the book from Amy.
what about this
and
one,
It
right?
doesn't say.
Do I have to live in Rockport?
You know, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's right, you don't live.
Does she have to live in
I don't live
Rockport?
in Rockport.
She
I
don't-
think so.
well,
Yes,
Well,
I think you have to be in the.
I think the only board that you can have one person in the 3 mile buffer is planning and zoning, or
I mean, I gave you a handful of
It's
people.
planning commission, I think it's.
Have you looked at all those people I gave you?
yes. I'm
Oh,
going
good.
to try to find out.
How to what?
But I first have to know if I.
What's the
has to be
rules?
Republican, Democrat, or.
Oh, I
it
don't
has
think,
to
I
be-
don't think it has to be
Like
Republican.
housing,
Huh?
like housing has to be
You
Republican.
know what I mean? Every board has.
No.
its
Mm-mm.
rules, so
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I don't break
That's
those,
who, it's who.
because now we have to
It's all
post
there.
all our boards on the
City
website, because I
council's
think
got
they're
two.
looking to make
The
sure.
mayor's got one.
You're doing what you're supposed to be. Mine, you're being you.
Which is not a bad thing, you know.
Yeah,
See the towel. that's
so I
all
was
good.
appointed by the mayor, so that's why it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because
So-
I'm already gonna miss
Yeah, so
the March meeting next year.
Yeah, so we need somebody else.
Yeah.
Cause like that last meeting, I was like, look, I have a doctor's appointment. I'll get here when I can.
Yeah.
But what if I can't? Jeff's in Hawaii.
Couldn't help it.
Right. Jeff's in a stand.
Well, now that the pickleball thing is on its own, kinda. We'll have a look. And we've been wrapping up all of, it seemed like everything hit at once. So we kind of now starting to slow down, so I knew that you guys are gonna ask.
I can't believe
You were,
that
you were,
things are gonna slow down.
Oh, we did.
she was sitting over there like, oh, they didn't ask.
You can even, I mean, I
We never
just,
got-
3 days ago, I went to borrow Rochelle's book, because I lost mine. That see what it needed to consist of, so
So do we,
I
we
have
don't
it trying in
know,
my head.
or you're, we
I
don't,
don't know yet. So I think Chris will be able to find out.
Yeah, I haven't ever read anything that's
Okay, you can tell me.
Republican and Democrat.
Okay, good.
oh,
So it's, all it says in the statute is five. Five
I remember.
commissioners,
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we're already wrong.
3 appointed by the executive, 2 appointed by the.
Who's that?
No other.
Okay.
No.
Technically a council, right?
And I've already taken it to them.
Yeah.
And they said, you pick.
Yeah.
So it's up to
So
you.
I'll find someone. Yes.
You know,
I would look into Megan Johnson. If none of those other, who else did I send you? Go to your text.
And we're limited to 5.
And a non.
It's just like, I really need
non-voting
14 more
advisory.
vacations.
That you.
Well,
And all the boards have to be in city limits, that's what you said, except the planning.
yeah, there's something can be in the 3-mile buffer. I think it's planning and zoning.
One member.
Oh, I said Greg Stevenson, Casey Myers,
They
Mary and Craig Leslie, those all, I asked her, those are all within limits. Pleasant Grove,
live in Pleasant Grove.
they did the last time I knew.
Okay, you know that kid that was here for the complaint when we had Pleasant Grove water that was sitting back over in a corner? You remember who he was? Because the kid was very articulate and seemed like he had his stuff together.
He's at the front row.
No, he was like in the back corner. But I was
There's a
impressed
whole
with,
list of people I can go through.
he was young. He was not, well, young to me, but
Abby and what's her,
Where does
Sanders.
Abby live?
he's not old like
They live in-
37.
They live on
Country
the,
Ridge.
no, you're not.
Oh, Abby and Grant.
Dolan, Abby and Grant Sanders.
Yes.
They
He
live
was
on the
my
new, in the new list of houses, the ones that face Washington Street.
Okay, on base.
Nathan and Teresa Fuqua live there.
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer Jones.
She lives inside, but who lives right there by the Fuquays?
Amber.
Mongols.
Mongols.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Burden and his wife. What about them?
I've already got her, she's, other stuff.
I knew she was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what we need. We need more people who are younger.
And all those people
because
I
us
think
old
that I
people-
just said are younger than me, except maybe the Mongols, they're around my age.
Yeah, they're old.
Okay. I'll do that tonight.
Um,
If they're on Facebook, I don't have any other way to contact them.
They are.
Well,
Well,
I might get
Teresa,
tomorrow, I
Fuqua.
can get their. look at
I'll
their
get her-
file.
I mean, you're the mayor, can't you like dig into their housing crap? Oh, you can look on GIS.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't have their phone number.
You can go knock on their door.
Can't you look them up in the water bill?
Please go up to their ring doorbell.
You probably ask this group, and I bet you can find anybody's
Yeah.
number.
Do you guys have a leader that you would like me to ask first?
I know that Grant and Abby would probably be good.
You want me to ask Abby?
You can. Did you ask Greg or Casey? I think they both would be good on this board. I don't think either of them will do it.
We're still recording. Sorry, guys. If you watch this.
I thought we adjourned.
I was I feel like that too, though.
Yeah.
I agree.
I
with
love them to pieces. I just don't
Absolutely.
think I just don't see them
that. As a product.
doing it
Yeah.
because they're busy. They have this.
Well, and I feel like Grant and Abby. I mean, how many kids do they have? He
Two
has a
kids.
business.
2 kids.
Does
She
she
works
still
from
work at-
home.
Does she work from home? Good.
Yeah, she makes really good jelly and peanut brittle.
Is it Abby Gilbert Sanders?
Mhm.
Yes. And then Megan Johnson, I don't think she's on Facebook though, and I can get her. phone.
Is that who lives in my old house?
Yes,
Okay.
that's Ty Francis'
Oh.
sister.
Yeah.
You could talk to Ty and get it, her, it's just,
I got a
Ty
contact with him
Francis'
because one time a package got sent to my
Oh,
old
he's
address and I had to go
he's
through
not
the
in
thing.
here.
Oh,
I went through sisters
Um,
and cousins and I was like, I just want my shoes.
well, down, it's the benefit.
It is.
It's really-
It is.
Let me start with Abby.
Mhm.
If she says no, then I'll
Let's go down.
try to look up some phone numbers. Cause it's tough if you ask too many people at one time and then they all say yes, then what do you do?
Yeah, of course they
Yeah.
will.
Right? That's how it always works out. One person.
Yeah. Kathy says we meet quarterly.
I have plenty of things that they can do.
Everybody-
And next year we may be square.
So this.
I mean, once we get on.
Yeah.
Silly damn thing.
Yeah.
They're saying no, Susan.
And I said it really doesn't. That's always.
You gotta show up. No, I enjoy being here.
Yeah. How much of a time commitment is it outside of the meeting?
Not too bad. Unless
But
you're,
as much as you want to.
unless you're the
Like the
secretary.
Yeah, I was the
Yeah.
secretary and, you know,
Yeah.
you put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
doing all this,
Absolutely.
I
For
have, but
sure.
I
So
mean, that's,
secretary president.
I don't know how soon I'll have these meetings. My kids are not to
But
the
it's-
point where they.
it's like,
Just have them by,
No.
They still
Yeah.
come
yeah,
to
why
the
didn't we do
contract.
August?
It's a little
Oh,
early.
we moved this. This is a
Yeah.
moved one, isn't it?
do August versus. when nobody showed
No.
up last night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do my
I was
minutes,
here.
like, okay, everybody, get on your computer for a little bit. I got things to do. And now it's like, okay, we got the next thing.
That's my grandson's not counting.
No, he does not stop talking, but he is
I
precious.
had Chris talk to him.
He is.
That Miles?
precious. Mhm.
Julie loves
He
Because
had,
I said, you need to talk to Miles and talk during class. And I said,
he came in crying, not crying, he was with Terry the whole day the other day, and I called him up, I was like, "What's just so tired." He laid on me for like, and then he's forgot his glasses the last 2 days. I don't like wearing them, and he's
So tired.
just so
Yeah.
tired.
are you all ready?
Oh, yeah, we very.
Yes.
Okay.
I make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor? There we go. We're done.
So, quick question.